Hey guys, it's Miss Patty. How are you? Today we're going to talk about Meta AI. You can access this through your Facebook, and I like this because a few things. But before I tell you about the positive, I'm going to tell you about the negative. So, why is it struggling? In my opinion, it has like limited style control. I use a lot of, anime and hyper realistic and cinematic. So it does struggle like overall. It's still not bad, that limited style control that, where other platforms I feel is, Meta AI is lacking. Another thing is the consistency, the character consistency. Um, I've tried generating the same and it does not turn out, you know, the same way. It looks similar, excuse me. Sometimes it may be off, like when I try to do different angles. And, sometimes, Meta AI changes the face, the outfit. Like, I need it to be consistent, okay? Another thing, the overall output, I wrote this down because I had a lot to say, but I do love, there is positive, okay? That's why I'm doing this, okay? The next thing is the overall, the detail. It tends to just lack, like, the shading and the precision. But it does do pretty well, like with basic, stuff, okay? So I don't have that much complaint about that. It cannot, Meta AI cannot handle complex scenes. I've tried this, and it's just so weird, especially when you have like multiple characters. It's just very weird. And once again, it's not consistent because if I'm going to do one shot here and then I'll try to do another shot in a different angle, forget it. It's just weird distortion and it's craziness, okay? So it does have different, limited in motion, um, the tracking, the inconsistent, it's kind of a little glitchy once in a while compared to other platforms like, LTX and Halio, HAILOU. Hope I'm saying that correct. If not, sorry about that. There's a lot of facial distortions, which is like really weird. I was like, oh my god, what is happening here? Um, it does not fine tune, um, and you can't upscale. I wish you can truly upscale. So it can be very detailed, but it's not. But if you're learning, like basic prompts, it has a lot of great strength. That's why I teach it. It's extremely fast. It's very fast for image creating. I don't have to like wait forever. Okay, perfect for quick thumbnails and quick drafts. It's very good with short, simple prompts, and I've told y'all the formula for that. It's very clean and polished. I love that. It's easy to share once again, and great portrait and selfies that I feel, and I'm going to show you. And it's so easy to just prompt, give me a lady on a horse, back scene, in the middle of the woods, and most of the time it comes out perfect. So, um, I like that. I have not used the vibe button like a few times. I need to play with that. I want to share my screen. But once again, it is overall, great, simple. If you need like an in between shot or something like that, it's really great. And that's what I like about it. One of the things that I forgot to tell you is, you remember you need an action, one subject, and a style. Girl riding a horse, sort of like Game of Thrones style. Or I gave you like y'all like another prompt. The action, the subject, the scene, and the style. Female warrior walking, ancient ruins, plus dark medieval fantasy. Trust me, you'll get beautiful pictures when it comes to that. It is amazing. So, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to talk about this, okay? So you can actually, go straight to, meta.ai if you want to and go to new chat, or just go to your Facebook, go to your Facebook and then just click on Meta AI, which is right there. It's going to take you to the same place, okay? So you have two ways to actually access everything, so which is kind of cool. So on the left hand side is you have new chats, okay? You have your vibe, and then you can create, and then all your history. So everything that you have created is your history here. So let's talk about new chats, okay? This is where you're going to be prompting, okay? And I also give you some idea here: animate my picture, create a video of so-and-so, create a video of my picture, singing, it kind of help, and you can actually talk to it too. But, you can just basically go to, CT or even any LLM and, copy and paste everything in here. I have one already made, a girl walking confidently through a hallway wearing sunglasses, an oversized coat like a movie star. Even though everything around her is slightly chaotic and funny, I want a cinematic spotlight on her, with confident vibes, fashion editorial light. Negative prompts, no text, no writing. Let's see. There's a lot going on, but according to CT, this should work. You hit that and then you get, it's working its magic with, 4 different results. While that is working, okay, it's pretty fast, like I said. Actually, that is not bad. That's pretty good for like a hallway view. I like that. The lighting could be better, but overall, it's not bad, okay? So I want to go like some of my history. I have been playing with, the actual video part, okay? So I'm going to show you. So I did this right here. This is a dramatic slow motion K-drama style. Remember, you want a style scene where a woman is squeezing a giant lemon with intense emotions. So you have that so perfectly, okay? Wind blowing through her hair, very cinematic lighting, humorous, droplets sparkling, the whole K-drama thing going on, okay? So I picked this one right here and say that I do want to animate this. Over here, you can type in whatever you want to animate here and hit animate, okay? And you can change, you can restyle here, you can edit over here. And say that I just want her to, look at the camera and smile. Hopefully that'll work. So you just type it in. Looking at the camera and smile, okay? So you can hit that if you want to, and it should animate over here on the left hand side. I'm going to click on a different one. Over here, it does take a little time to load. It's okay. So you can restyle your original image to all these different styles if you want to. You can add music. Say you want to add some music. It's going to suggest, based on the actual image. You click on over here and you can actually hear. It's a little low, but right there. And then you can move, these grades back and forth to figure out where you want and just hit apply. It's really great and simple. So it's going to be a little dramatic of, the actual image. It's going to be beautiful. So I've played with that, here I decided to change the style. If you notice, I went with the cheetah style, but it's still pretty good. And this, I just wanted to extend the animation, if you can see that. So once again, it's really, Meta AI does pretty well regarding that. The music, it's 50-50. I would just use music on another platform. That's my opinion. You know, it's free, by the way. I forgot to tell you that. So you can basically, you know, use that if you don't want to add it. But it's, you know, if you're going to upload it on, you know, I think Instagram or even I think TikTok, you know, you can use their music over there. So what I want to show you is a dragon that I did, okay? This one was a little bit different. I wanted to like, you know, give me a white and gold dragon with an Asian female. And I told her I want black hair, and her outfits to be, you know, gold and red. So it gave me 4 different variations. I didn't ask, kind of cool, this is a small one. I would have, should have said a large dragon. But if I would use anything, I would use this one. And then I decided to do, you know, something a little bit different. I saw a picture on Pinterest, so I uploaded that, a copy and paste, and I said, well, have, you know, her white cape, you know, make it black, and actually did it perfectly. So this is, you know, beautifully done, okay? So it understands basic concept, which is really good. And then I wanted to, I'll show you. This is the original. Okay, you have 4. Give me an art style that I had. I found another picture, and I wanted you know, an art style, but I wanted like an Asian female. Okay, somewhat pretty close, which they're all beautiful, by the way. And then I hit the animate. Say I want this, right? Let's do this together. So I just want her to, you got to be careful when it comes to animating, because sometimes, like, I didn't want her to turn, but Meta AI made her turn, and her neck was looking kind of weird. So she is facing the camera, and no, she just smile. Okay, and just hit animate. We'll come back to that, and hopefully it should be done. But you know, you can see that's happening right now. But this one here, which is still not bad, but her neck is kind of weird to me. You know what I mean? If you notice that it goes, it's just weird, like it's like too long or something like that. Okay. And this one was definitely, notice here, it's not natural. No human's gonna go like that. Just let you know. All right. So this one we just did, let's see. Sometimes it takes a little bit, just let you know, Meta AI, and you just, you know, just hit refresh and hopefully it should work. There we go. Yes. She's not smiling, just like I said, but this still works. I'm happy with that. I can probably use that, you know, and post it and, you know, do some type of inspirational type of, you know, quote. But here's the other one that we animated. She's supposed to be smiling. For some reason, it's not smiling, but it's still fine. You know, this is still really dramatic and good. Okay. Another one. Oh, let's go to vibes. So vibes, I forgot to tell you, you can actually remix. Okay. You can come in here and look at other people's work and always hit a heart if you like something. Okay. Say that, you know, you like this, which I did, by the way. You can come in here and hit the remix. You know, the remix, you can like change certain things in here. So you want to remix, it's going to, you know, you can add music, or you can change like the animation prompt or anything like that, you know. So you don't want that. I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know what's done is best. So basically, you know, just hit apply. Just figure out what kind of music you want. You know, so remixing is kind of cool because it gives you the confidence that you can, you know, change a certain aspect of, you know, the actual original, which is great. A lot of platforms have that. So the vibe is supposed to, you can change like the shading, the, you know, the different textures and stuff like that. What else I wanted to tell you? And then to create, you know, it'll just bring you back down and you can start creating. So basically, that is Meta AI. It's very simple. Once again, it will give you great visuals, and you can animate them. Okay, if you notice, this is the actual image, and then I decided to animate this. By the way, this is very gorgeous, you know. Um, it actually does pretty well with uh, shading and silhouette, which is really good. So once again, it's very simple, you know. So go ahead and try to play with Meta AI. It's free, and remember, you want an action, you want a subject, and a style. And also, I gave you that formula too on our MP, Labs AI community. So don't forget about that. All right, that's a simple, step by step for Meta AI. I mean, it's not that complicated. I wish they can improve on a few things, but overall, I like it. I think it's great. It's pretty fast. It's quick. You can do like quick IG, reels, or even TikTok reels and stuff like that. So overall, it's really great. Remember, stay kind, hydrate. Don't forget to follow me and come on and just sign up for it's free for our community on Facebook. I will talk to you later. Bye.